My name is Fleurie and I'm a psychology honours student at Victoria University. Throughout 2020, I've been conducting research within the cyber psychology team, with my research in particular aiming to be the first to detect and describe different profiles of presence in adolescents. I've also been focusing on the potential association between different presence profiles alongside their depressive behaviours. Before further discussing the core concept of presence, it's important that we understand the prevalence and impact that AI technology has had within the past decade, especially on adolescents. The 24/7 accessibility to online AI such as smartphones, virtual reality, and other mediums are evident in the 2020 statistics of worldwide users. This was 3.08 billion in 2020, which is a huge increase from the 970 million users recorded in just 2010. Previous research has noted how online technologies may be beneficial, acting as a space where peer relationships and identity formation are able to develop. Contrast to this, however, there has been studies that have highlighted the negative effects to online usage, and in this we see that online behaviours at times can contribute to disconnection from reality, even compromising someone's social and romantic development. Internet addiction and the behaviours surrounding it have common linking qualities also with diagnosable conditions such as gambling addiction. So this was one element that sparked intrigue into other disorders it may be contributing to, for example, anxiety and depression. And this is a key reason as to why the present study looks to identify the profiles of those who may or may not be benefiting from the internet usage, opposed to simply generalising the positive or negative effects of internet usage itself. As mentioned within the present study, the central concept being explored is presence, and presence describes the extent to which one feels immersed in the virtual space outside of their physical environment. This concept also aligns closely with the notion of escapism, which is a way to seek distraction from an unpleasant reality through a form of entertainment or fantasy. Previous work related to online addictive behaviours, such as the excessive use of internet games and social media, assumes that depressive feelings in one's real life may invite the user to immerse further into the space, feeling that presence even deeper. Therefore, via the use of online platforms such as games, individuals might find themselves removed from their reality and distant from any stresses that it might be bringing them at that time. And in these circumstances, we can consider the experiences of presence in the online world to be a maladaptive way of coping. The present study aims to be the first to detect and describe different profiles of adolescent internet users based on their online presence behaviours, as well as this, considering the presence profiles revealed with one's depressive behaviours. And in doing this, we're answering 4 key questions. 1, what is the optimum number of presence profiles in an adolescent population? 2, what is the size of each profile? 3, what is the nature of each profile? And 4, how does each profile correlate with the levels of depression experienced? Archival data collected in 2012 from Greek students was used in the present research. Along with this, we also used the Presence 2 questionnaire and the SCL-90 with the depression subscale. In order to explore the potential links between presence and depression, the responses of the Greek high school students were used. Their scores from the Presence 2 questionnaire alongside the depression subscale were assessed through a latent class analysis using RStudio software. This allowed for the identification of profiles. The profiles were determined through measurement of specific indicators. These were involvement control, auditory, haptic, interface quality, naturalistic, and resolution. The results of the study reflected 2 classes, with the best fitting model being CIUP, which reflected equal variances and equal covariances within the classes. So class 1 was described as average presence, interface quality dependent profile, which was 78.06%. This profile of users experienced average intensity of the presence overall, being more immersed when the virtual application quality was high and had little distraction. Whereas Class 2 was enhanced presence, interface quality independent, 16.9%, and this profile of users had higher average levels of presence, namely due to being less distracted by the interface quality and less dependent upon it. Interestingly, Class 1 average presence interface quality dependent profile presented with significantly higher depression scores than Class 2. The present study looks to contribute to understandings of presence profiles in adolescents, especially within a large Greek cohort. Yet when considering the limitations of the study, this culturally specific population may be problematic for generalisation purposes to different cultures, but future adaptations should keep this in mind. If you would like to gain more information regarding this study or the cyberpsychology research at Victoria University, please feel free to visit our Twitter, group_VU, or our webpage.